Hi, my name is Ronan Kennedy and I'm a career coach and business mentor. About 2 years ago, I came across this really interesting article in the Harvard Business Review. It was called The 4 Things That Set Successful CEOs Apart. And those 4 behaviors, or the 4 skills as I would call them, were decision making, adaptability, engaging stakeholders, and delivering results. So if you think about those one by one, decision making, the CEOs or the leaders needed to make quick decisions so that their team could act on it and move towards the new direction and move towards the new objectives. They had to understand the risks involved but still make the decision, otherwise people would not know what to do and it would cause a lot of frustration and lack of direction. That's the first thing. Now, I understand a lot of people find it difficult to make decisions, but think if you don't make decisions, then it's very hard to move forward. And if you don't move forward, it's hard to get feedback as to whether or not it was the right direction or the wrong direction or the right action or the wrong action. But once you make that decision, if it doesn't work out, you can do one of the other behaviors, which is adaptability. So you've got more data, you've got more information, you can adapt to the new circumstance. So that was another key behavior of these CEOs. They were able to adapt and they were able to engage the stakeholders, which is the third one. So they're able to achieve buy-in, influence, negotiate, basically get people aligned with their vision and their objectives and happy to move towards that. You can also imagine that if people don't buy in or if they don't really believe in the direction or the objectives, that they might not put their full energy into it, they might not work as well. So they're able to adapt, they're able to engage the stakeholders, and finally they're able to deliver results. So ultimately they get the job done, they get the results that are required. It might not always be perfect, it might not always be elegant, but they get it done. So I think it's interesting to reflect on those 4 behaviors and think of it as we progress on our careers, how we can look to become better leaders and how we can look to incorporate these behaviors. So I hope that's some food for thought for you. But also, just before you go, there's a couple of points from the article that I really wanted to pick out because I think they're very interesting. So I'm going to read them from the screen. The first one is, people who were described as decisive were 12 times more likely to be high performing CEOs. So if you're decisive, you're 12 times more likely to be high performing CEOs. Okay. The next one was, we also were surprised to learn that virtually all CEO candidates had made material mistakes in the past, and 45% of them had at least one major career blow up that ended a job or was extremely costly to the business. So they made massive mistakes or massive career blow ups. So I hope that provides some solace to anyone who's had a difficult 6 months. Maybe they've lost their job, maybe a business has folded, and so on and so forth. This shows that people can go on to very high roles after having those massive mistakes, massive blow-ups, or massive unfortunate events. And finally, worth noting, educational pedigree or lack thereof in no way correlated with performance. So they're saying the educational qualifications they had didn't affect the results they got, their performance at all. Now, you could argue that it helped them get into the job, and possibly it did. We don't know for sure, not by reading this article, but it in no way correlated with their performance. So thanks for listening. I hope that gave you some food for thought, gave you some ideas about how to develop your own leadership skills. And if you like more videos like this, you can like and subscribe and you'll get them soon. Thanks for watching.